God bless you. There is an important message this morning for the African academics. So, when I talk about academics, I mean those who are into the profession of teaching and lecturing and research. Okay, so that's what I mean. And we have very powerful, very intelligent, very smart, excellent academic colossus in Africa. Very, very, they are like top in their game. Very intelligent. Their medulla oblongata is quite expanded, which means that they have mixed learning with experience. They have both learning and experience. Very intelligent, very smart people. These people are like, I don't know how to describe them. The strength of Africa, the beauty of Africa, the academics in Africa. They are the beauty, the strength, the love of Africa. These people have really held their ground till today and have really focused on the progress of Africa and Africans. The old professors, the old or aging academics, they have really done wonderfully well for Africa. And the new ones are also picking up and doing great things around the world. So if you watch around the world, anywhere you go, you must find an African academics. Be it in the UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, even Asian countries, Thailand or wherever you'll find them there because they are very good, very intelligent, very smart, very powerful. You can't get the combination of an African academics everywhere because they have experience, they have knowledge. Those two, when matched, is very powerful. So, but there is a challenge. The challenge I was seeing this morning, and I'm sure it has already started going around. Money is a master. Money is a master. So at this point in time, people have discovered that money is a master, which means that get whatever degree you want, get whatever knowledge you want, get whatever understanding you have. Some people have discovered the act of using money to control those who have knowledge, those who have understanding, those who have, experience. They have learned the act. It's an act of using money to control people, to control both the smart and the intelligent, to control both the learned and the skilled, to control those that we really respect and value in our community. So if care is not taken, our great academics will be used to control Africa. Oh, what a sad message. So now, why am I saying this? Why am I bringing this message? It's a warning. It's a warning to our academics. Hold your ground the same way our fathers held their grounds. Don't sell your country. Don't sell your nation. Don't sell your people for money. This is the loophole that most African countries have right now, which the government might not even be aware of, which whatever security agency or whatever may not be aware of. Money will be pushed into that area so much that that will be the main focus of most academics. And then when money is given, you are given direction on how to do it and what to do. And most people will dance according to the tone of money. And they no longer care whether what they're doing is ethical, is morally okay, or for the good of the people. That is where the book of 1 Timothy will come. The book of 1 Timothy 6 verse 10. That is where it plays now. Where the love of money. 1 Timothy 6 verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Hallelujah. I see, I forgot to ask you to share this broadcast because I was flowing. I was really flowing as the message has been dropped in my heart. So I'm giving it out. You see? So please share this broadcast. I'm doing so right now. Share this broadcast so that we can reach as many as possible. This message is very important. You can save our nations. You can save lives with this. Okay? You can save people with this. You can save our nations with this. Hallelujah. Glory to God. So I'm sharing. Please share. Don't hesitate to share. You might reach one person. You might reach two. You might reach three. That's very important. Okay? So I'm sharing right now. So those who are just joining, please, you can, just rewind a bit. You get where I'm coming from. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Remember, underline the love of money. So what happens is situations will be put. Circumstances will play. Maybe it's hardship in the country. Maybe it's economic confusion in the country. Maybe it is mismanagement of the leadership. Maybe it's whatever you might think of. That will become the excuse for you to prefer money over the life of people, over the well-being of people, over the benefits of the nation. So we must approach wherever the money is coming from with wisdom. I'm not saying reject the money. No, don't reject it. By all means, take it as much as you can, but make sure you work according to the rules and guidelines that will not affect your people, that will not affect the nation, that will not affect the community, the people that trust you. Make sure. It is very important. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after. Some lust after it. Some went in for it. Some wanted to quickly grab it. They have erred from the faith. They have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So we'll be wondering where our problems are coming from. We may not understand that there is a loophole in this area where money is given to make you do things that will work against your nation, that will work against your people, that will bring more sorrows even to you who is doing it. You are not at rest. You don't have peace of mind. But you're given money. You have money, $1 million. Some people were offered up to $1 million. Some people were offered as promise. Not that they have been given the actual money. Because I saw the meeting of people having that meeting. And they were trying to even remove those who don't support anything bad. It doesn't matter whether the person is the head of the department or the head of the president of the group, of the research group or whatever. They want to remove him because he's not following, he doesn't want to follow everything that will hurt the people. And people who have been given so much money, especially the women, I don't know why women can be easily used. Why? They gladly accepted. Just promise, we're going to give you $1 million, and they are shouting in their head, $1 million, $1 million. So I'll become very rich. I'll do this, I'll do that. You become rich, and your people will suffer. When they suffer, they will come back for you. They will come for you, and then you will not enjoy the money. So in one way or the other, the money is taken from you. So why not focus on the public good? Why not focus on the well-being of everyone, the well-being of the community, the well-being of the nation, the well-being of your people? That's what you should prioritize, not individual gain. Individual gain is not for your benefit. It will bring sorrow. I don't know if people are hearing me. I don't know if they will understand this message. Those who are in the academic field will definitely understand this message very well. They will definitely understand this message, and they know what I'm talking about. You see them, people dressed in white. They will come and they will offer a lot of money. You do it this way, you do it this way. Might be just few of them, 1 or 2 of them. But because they have money, everybody is running to do everything that they say. Endure for a while. Endure. Keep doing what is right. That degree, you will still get it. That money, you will still get it. It's just a matter of time. Be patient. Be patient. Hallelujah. Be patient. If it is the will of God for you to benefit from any project or whatever, you will definitely get it in the right way. Not to do evil. Get it and do what is right. Get the money, do what is right for the people and for the community. Investigate the document very well. Go through it thoroughly. Don't assume. Because the physical that you see today is ruled by the spiritual. The devil has agents everywhere, and they have money. And they will come dressed in academic regalia, dressed in professor whatever, dressed in white, and they will tell you things. You say, wow, this person is a top professor, one thing, top, this. Put heads together and reason correctly. If the person dressed in white is coming to tell you, we need to do this, sit down with them, have a good, clear discussion about what has to be done, about what your people will like and what your people does not like, about what is good for your people and what is not good for your people. Yes, we know that you're dressed in white, but my people don't like this kind of food. My people don't like this kind of dress. My people don't like this kind of, and then you adjust the documents, you adjust the plan to the way that it will benefit your people, which is also a benefit for yourself. Then you go ahead. Hallelujah. I pray that God will give us the wisdom to get this message, and share it across. Share it. Do you know that messages that are very important, most times they don't fly easily if people don't involve to share, to inform others. You have to get into the business of sharing messages, informing others, because if they don't know, they will perish. I will stop there. God bless you. So our psalm for